Yeah, just to bring in a bit of that part so we can talk about the equipment. But you going back to Brazil, you came back with the Ampeg with a white fender. Did you bring an amplifier from there?
No, that's the hardest part. All the amplifiers I had, I bought here, including from bands that came to Brazil, because there was a time when I had a lot of gear and I rented it out for them to do a show, to set up their walls. Actually, they only used one. I used everything myself. Got it. They never cared, but they wanted to set up that wall and rented from me. And then usually they would bring one, that one they brought. I bought it.
Which band did you buy from?
Venom, Excite, a bunch of them. All the bands that came here and rented from me, it ended up that when it was time to settle up with the guys, I say this now, and you and I will still earn more money, then how much do you want to sell this amplifier to the guy? So I said, I'll give you approximately $1,000. You owe me 300. Okay, so I'll pay you 800 here. 700. Got it? So the guys were legal. For him, what if he doesn't come back to buy? And I bought wonderful gear, then I left. In this thing, more than 20. And then I was getting the best ones and selling them, holding on to them. Bought a bunch for anyone who wants good amplifiers. Ricardo Cipriano?
No. So, did you bring anything? Did you bring anything from there? Wow, this rack of mine, I told you it was the SD. Did you bring it back then? There was already wreck back then, right? No. No.
First time I went to United States.
You didn't bring any effects, did you?
No, I brought like a... Wow. Vox brought it. I brought a distortion. What was the name of that? And it wasn't that situation, it didn't exist. Boss, at that time, you got our people.
Are you saying you're from 69, 70?
It was... I want to forget one. Conductor. And something that...
Maestro Fustone, the renowned and esteemed Maestro Fustone from Gibson. Maestro Fustone.
Maestro. Fustone.
Fustone. It's from Gibson. It's from Gibson. It was a black one in the black box like that. No, so it wasn't another one, no, because this Maestro was gray. If I'm not mistaken, no. Total beauty, right? And dude, it's more like I did, right?
It's the fans, it makes fans, and I think that was the weight more...
Let's go. So you bought a lot of amplifiers here. When did you start getting more into effects and putting together, for example, a pedal board, something like that? When was that? Because you always use the amp's drive, right? You never had a drive on the...
No, I never had anything that I used.
A distortion, a fuzz face? No, but drive itself, not fuzz.
Overdrive? No.
You've never used it.
No. No. There was a time when I actually used a distortion pedal or maybe even something like that. When I played with flanger and stuff like that, because when I got to places I only had... No. Twin reverb, so when I played with the twin to get distortion, the twin is very clean, right? I had to use a real distortion.
And which one did you use back then?
That was already the time of Boss. You understand? So I'm already talking about the 80s. Yeah. And that pink one, that little orange one, that's it, the classic. I already had one of those.
Me too. It's great to die for, and no one gets it, because back then it was a piece. There was that too.
I have one MXR from that one. Still 18 volts, the one that has the wire, that one. The MXR front, that gray one. You know.
I know which one it is. It's the original one.
Van Halen used this thing. I've had it for years. It still has a plug. It's plugged into the outlet. It doesn't take batteries. There's no way to put a battery in it, nothing.
It's because actually it's the option of never having used a drive pedal. Also because you've always had great amplifiers,
Right.
so you've always used the amp directly.
Now there are phases and phases, right? After I had high watch too, I am. It all depends on the tone I wanted. Because I've changed my tone a lot. I also change my tone a lot. I don't have just one tone. Depending on what work I'm going to do. What does the music ask for? So I'm going,
But your favorite drive is the overdrive.
oh, of course. Of course, it's that I can adjust the tone here on the guitar. Got it. It doesn't mean that I won't use one at all. And there's a pedal I don't like.
Mesa bug.
I dislike it.
Never liked it. No, I already love it. I really like the Mesa.
I don't like it. Flangers. And those things, I don't like any of them. Wow. Either I'm going for a Fender or I'm going for a jazz chorus either. No.
Yeah, jazz chorus. Ah, yeah.
So, it doesn't mean that there aren't people who do well. Arman plays with the Bahia guitar. No, other amplifier works. Only on the jazz chorus. He gets a wonderful sound.
There are a lot of people who use the jazz chorus and love it. I thought it was the MXR flanger for sure. It's the vintage MXR flanger. 18 volts, the in and out, are on the same side as the pedal and the socket. The output for the AC is already built into the pedal, so cool, right?
Now, it's always like this. Everyone has their own, and if there are people who like something more, now in recording, I don't use amps anymore, and
Use.
the plugin is already there.
How long use plugins? About 10 years. What plugin are you currently using now?
Wow. The plugin I like is the Amplitube. Amplitube? It has everything I like. Why? I always recorded with amps and stuff, but the amp has this thing that's very temperamental, and it took me a long time. Microphone. The angle of a microphone in the speaker. It's brutal. That makes a difference. It doesn't just exist like that. I set it to 445 degrees or in the center, and I don't know what gets there, and it's... If you adjust it, it's this here. You pulled it a little over here, one. Hair here, it looks like you're messing with the equalizer. So, that is just too surgical, the thing. But I got to the place that I like. All right. So, are you leaving for the guy now? He recorded until late. Let's record tomorrow, finish this solo. Tomorrow you get there. Everything's in the same place. Everything's the same.
The sound is different because it's more humid.
It's not even that. The amplifier didn't heat up enough. Are you going to make the amendment? No, but that's not right here. Why isn't it the same? I'm using the same thing, man. I didn't change anything. Come on, you. Get out of there. Go. That's it. Got it. But you didn't touch the mixer. From what?
And the plugin also has the advantage that you can change it. Then there's the sound, right?
Every day it's just the same thing.
Recorded, change it. Then if you didn't like it, right?